guys, Dyntos here. I'm about to start recording a Pokemon Randomizer Nuzlocke. Before I wanted to do that, I decided, maybe I should make a video showing you guys how I do this. Because I know when I was trying to figure out how to do it, there were barely any videos on YouTube, and they were kind of confusing, made hard to understand. So here I'll lay out exactly how to do it. So first, you have to download something called a Pokemon Randomizer. You have to make sure you have an emulator and a ROM, so you can use this randomizer on a ROM in order to play it. Once you have those, which I will also put links to where I got mine, you go to this link here, pokehacks.thebombstew.com/randomizer, and I'll also put this link in the description. Basically, you open up a ROM here, which I've already done, indicated by this picture of Flareon here. It changes all the time. But here is where I can change all the settings of the game. We have all these different tabs here that show what and how we can change. Up here, limit your Pokemon. If you click limit Pokemon, you can pick what generations you want Pokemon to show up from. So this means if you only want to do the original 150 Pokemon, you can only do Generation 1 and related Pokemon from Generation 2 or no, or whatever. But I just kept it normal. Race mode. This is really only if you're racing another person to complete the game. If you're not, then that's basically it. This you can click no game breaking moves, which I tend to do because I don't want my game to break. You go to the traits, you can change their stats. AKA, if a Pokemon is stereotypically has a high attack stat, it might suddenly have a high defense stat. But I don't tend to do that just because it gets weird. But you can if you want. You can shuffle them, randomize them in two different ways, and when they follow their evolutions, that means they change. They don't change, when they evolve. If they don't follow their evolutions, their stats will completely change upon evolution. You can change their types, and which means, let's just say you found a wild Pikachu, it won't be an electric type. It'll be some other random type, such as a water, or grass, or ground, or fighting. It will not be electric. You can follow evolutions where it stays the same type when it evolves, or you can do it completely where it will change types when it evolves. I like to make it follow so I can understand what will be good against other Pokemon and what it's weak against. You can randomize their evolutions, whereas let's just say you had a Nidoran female, and instead of evolving into Nidorina, it would evolve to something completely different. So you don't really know what you're going to get. Sometimes I like to do this, sometimes I don't. For this playthrough, I'm going to. And you can do this to limit evolutions to 3 stages. So it can be the stereotypical can't evolve more than twice. You can make evolutions easier. Similar strength and typing. I like to do that. Force change means that you have to change Pokemon. Let's just say you had a Mudkip, and when you evolved it, it became a Marshtomp. Just by chance, it happened to be the same Pokemon it was supposed to evolve into. Force change makes it impossible to be the same Pokemon it could normally evolve into. But I don't like to do that either. Similar strength just gives it the same base stats. Then we go to starter stat and trades. You can change your starter Pokemon. You can even make them custom Pokemon, or you can scroll through this whole thing and pick any Pokemon. Heck, you can start out with legendaries here for all I care. Or you make completely random starters, unchanged, or random basic Pokemon. Some people like to do basic, some people don't. I'm not going to do basic Pokemon, just because they're going to evolve anyway, so it doesn't matter. I like to randomize starter held items. But you can ban bad items if you can. But this just gets rid of like berries and mail. But I like keeping them in there to make it more challenging. This is static Pokemon, which are Pokemon that you encounter, such as you go up and you see Moltres sitting there. This makes it so you can it'll always be a Moltres, or you can go to random legendary, which will just replace it with a different legendary, or random entirely. Depending on what I want to do, I'll probably just do random completely. Sometimes I like to do random legendary, but like I said, it's completely up to you. Then you can do in-game trades, such as someone wants to trade your Pokemon for theirs in-game. So you go up to someone random and like, oh, hey, I see you have this Execute. Want to trade it for my Torchic or something? You can change if they're randomized given Pokemon or randomized with requested given. I like to keep that whatever because I usually don't do that anyway. Moves and movesets. I usually leave move data alone. But like I said, all this you guys can change whatever you want. But I'm just saying what I like to do. I like to keep these the same as they normally are. But with movesets, I like to make them completely random. You can randomize it with the same type, as in the same type of the Pokemon you're playing as. So let's just say I had this Flareon up here, but it was a fighting type. That means if you randomize it preferring the same type, they'd all be like fighting or normal moves. But completely, they're just going to be something really random, like a water move or something you wouldn't even know. Train your Pokemon. This makes the Pokemon you fight from other trainers completely random. You can theme them on types, or you can make them completely random. And I like to do completely random. You can make it so your rival carries their starter through the game. Or you can try to use Pokemon with similar strength, not use legendaries, not really Wonder Guard, randomized trainer names, randomized trainer class names. I like to do this just to make it a little funnier. It really doesn't matter. Completely up to you. Wild Pokemon. Now here's the true randomization of the game. They want to randomize wild Pokemon, so it's not just the basic Pokemon you see at the beginning of the route, like Rattata and Weedle and everything. I do random, and I just usually don't put an additional rule. There's similar but strength, which means a similar power to the original. Catch 'em all mode, which means the one that hasn't been chosen before. Type, theme, and area, whatever. I like to randomize held items, but like I said, ban bad items doesn't really matter. I get to TMs, HFs, and tutors. I usually keep these about the same. I don't really like to change these. Just keep them the same. But you can really go here and make TM HM compatibility, which makes random completely random. So let's just say you had a TM, you wouldn't know if the Pokemon's compatible with it or not. You would have to try and see if it actually works. But I just keep it unchanged. Field items, I like to randomize those. Shuffle just kind of like shifts them around a bit, so they're all the same items, but they just are moved a bit. I like to randomize it completely so they're all different items. And then Mythic tweaks, you can make text faster, you can run inside, give national dex at start, lowercase Pokemon names, and you can randomize the catching tutorial. So I like doing this because it makes more random. So whenever they show you how to catch Pokemon, it's an actual random Pokemon. So that's basically how you do it. And then all you do is click randomize up here, which is save. And then you find somewhere to save it, and then you're good to go. So thanks for watching, and I hope you will keep in tune to watch whenever I do my actual Nuzlocke videos. I will be using Leaf Green, which I am doing right now. So thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, please comment below, and I will either answer down there or make a new video to answer and show you guys. Okay, thanks.